individuals have, would like to hold a job, it is one of our particular ambition while we are still young. When we were then, all of us, when we were then in collegiate levels, we are already aspiring to have a very good job. And so looking forward to our future jobs, it gives us satisfaction, it gives us happiness, especially if the job that we have taken is appropriate with our profession. And also at the same time, if it is really the kind of job which we would like to have, that means it will develop more our skills, it will develop more our talents, and as God has also told us that we will be able to develop everything that God has given us, and in order that we will return this particular development, human growth and development, to give glory, more glory to God. So, the development of this particular happiness in the job area or in the work area of the personnel or the employee all depends on him. If his talents and intelligence are very much equipped, if what he has studied has really prepared him for his job, then he will really be very happy. He will be emotionally settled. And at the same time, if money will not really be a problem, because if he develops his competency and his skills in this area, wherein his job is contained or covered, then many people will seek for him, and so money will come in anytime during his particular employment.
So, sir,
This is part of the positive and the positive psychology, which is one of the latest school in psychology.
so sir, sa negative side naman po tayo, alam naman po natin kapag nagtatrabaho yung tao, na stress din po sila. Ano-ano naman po yung mga epekto nun sa tao kung stress po sila masyado sa work nila?
First of all, let us see muna what may be the cause of stress in the person while he is working. Usually, if ever that there is the job, the person likes it. Now, this stress can come in from himself or from other people. And when we talk of self, it can be either be physiological or emotional. So physiological, is he ready for the job? Does he have enough rest during night time, so that in the morning he is ready to fulfill what is being asked from him by the company or by the academe? And also at the same time, is he free from any debilitating ailments, which will of course affect him emotionally and psychologically while he is working. So the effects can be internal, emotional. Usually naman kapag emotional, it is with relationship with other people, no? Kasi that we have to accept that each individual, each person has his own particular behavior, has his own particular training, has his own particular background. Ngayon, in his relationship, then therefore, there can be the ups and downs of his professional life, and also how he is going to accept what can happen today or what can happen tomorrow. If in regards to how he is, in regards to his attitude, how he is working, and also his love for the job. Now, there can be also aside, there can be also, even though he doesn't like, he's very positive in his approach to the job, there can also be the negative effects. And these particular negative effects can bring down his his work, his can bring down his what we call that, yung work, his desire to work, no? Can bring down also his interest in the job that he has, and or worst of all, that he would like to get out of the job. Again, number one is relationships. Second, and these relationships can proceed to emotional negativeness, and his focus of focus of interest, or his interest on the job that he is doing. And so therefore, with much effect on the job, physiologically and emotionally, there can also be the other things which might happen, which might occur because of if in accordance to the level of problems or difficulties that he has in his job.
So, sir, pag stress po ba siya due to work, nagkakaroon po ba ng effect yun sa pakikitungo niya sa family and friends?
Okay. Too much stress in the work affects the person emotionally. Well, it can be that the person can have an aggressive tendency, or a withdrawal tendency, or a compromise tendency. So, aggressive tendency in his working area, he can answer back the superior or his companion, and that creates more trouble and more tension. Or he can keep his silence in the work, and this particular silence can affect him also if he does not deviate it to something which is more positive, or which will remove the negative feelings set to him by the too much tension and difficulty at work. Example, after that, he can go on a jogging for an hour. And so this will remove the tensions. Physical exertion, or he can do some repair work at home, or he can go out and sing, no? And remove all the tensions that he had taken in the whole day. Or if he doesn't have any particular other extra activities or personal activities, then when he goes home, that is the loading of the pump shell. It is because usually the ones who are suffering are the ones who love and care for the person, for you. And you know naman very well that they can take much of the pain if ever that you expose, that you unload your pain feelings to your family, to your home. But of course, there is the effect of this in your family, because siyempre they'll be waiting for you, and then when you return home, you're going to shout, you're going to be angry, which are very negative behavior and attitude which you have brought home with you. That's why we always say to the young ones, to the young professionals, whatever particular encounters, negative feelings otherwise, you have made in the workplace, don't bring it home. bring it somewhere else. Maybe you go to a gym. Maybe you go to a singing area, and then you throw away the negative feelings there, not to your family, because your family have also emotions like you.
So, sir, di ba po may mga trabaho po na hindi naman po pangkaraniwan like embalmers po? Kung sa kanila naman po, may psychological effect din po ba since mga patay naman po yung mga kasama nila?
Okay. I can relate you to your question to a ministry of ours, yung ministry on exorcism. No? Kasi mga friends din yan. So sabi nung minister ng exorcism, mas gugustuhin daw, may talk in Filipino, may answer Filipino, mas gugustuhin pa daw niya na makipag-ugnayan sa mga espiritu, no? Mabubuti at masasama kaysa makipag-ugnayan sa taong buhay. Okay? So, kami naman kasi sa ecology, ako naman ang consultant psychologist, what we are doing is we care and protect God's creation, yung nature, kasama na kayo, mga tao. So, ito naman ang question mo about embalmers. Iba-ibang trabaho, no? Pinakita ko sa iyo. Yung isa, sa loob ng simbahan, yung isa ay sa mga espiritu, no? Kami sa God's creation, at also at the same time sa university na tuturo ko, kayo yung mga estudyante ng MASCOM, and then sa ngayon, yung nagtatrabaho sa patay. Katin yun, no? At when I was a forensic psychologist, nakita ko rin yan. Hindi ko nasasabihin kung ilan. At nakausap ko rin yung embalmers. Pero I did not know na interviewin mo ako itong ngayon tungkol sa kanila. But of course, yun ang napuntahan nilang trabaho. Ibig sabihin, hindi nila first choice ang trabaho na to.